Look at you in those fancy clothes, Nico. Trying to upstage the groom on his wedding day? Let's get me married.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're ranking every GTA ending from worst to best. Where is GTA 6 going to end up on this list? We're excited to find out in 2025. Until then, let's do it. Before we continue, we publish content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos. Grand Theft Auto. At the top of our list is the first entry in the series, and it's not here because it's a bad game, it's an absolute classic, but in terms of endings, it basically doesn't have one. The game concludes with the player's criminal protagonist rising through the ranks of the criminal underworld. The ultimate objective is to amass wealth and power by completing a series of increasingly dangerous missions. As the player progresses, they encounter various criminal factions and rival gangs. The climax of the game is a final mission that, when completed, gives the player a closing cinematic that reflects their character's triumphs and the impact of their criminal exploits on the game world. The ending varies depending on the player's choices and actions throughout the game, adding an element of personalization to the narrative conclusion. GTA 1 is more about the journey than the destination.
Now it's time for you to find out why they call me the donkey, huh?
Grand Theft Auto 2.
I'm just staying on there. This vodka just sucked. The vodka song and going out here. This is no problem.
Moving up the game entry list and down our game ending list, it's time for Grand Theft Auto 2, which actually has a bit more story to it. During the conclusive mission aptly named The Final Job, the main character Claude Speed has betrayed his former employers and is tasked with eliminating 3 gang leaders seeking revenge. Set in the industrial district, this ultimate mission, despite being the finale, features a relatively low death count compared to other assassination missions across the entire series. Grand Theft Auto 2 followed a similar ending section to the previous entry, with choices made throughout the game affecting the outcome. Grand Theft Auto 3. By total coincidence, we've once again moved to the next entry in the series, Grand Theft Auto 3. In Grand Theft Auto 3, the game's conclusion centers around a mission called The Exchange. During the exchange, Claude seeks revenge against Catalina, his former girlfriend and partner in crime, who betrayed him earlier in the game. After a series of intense events, including a dramatic showdown, Claude manages to eliminate Catalina. The story takes an unexpected turn when a mysterious Colombian cartel member arrives, leaving Claude in a precarious situation. Claude's fate is left a little uncertain, but the closing scene implies for potential further adventures, while maintaining an air of mystery around whether Claude is still kicking. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories.
Hey, Tony!
Oh, you're back where you belong.
Hey, we're both back. You and me, we did it, huh?
You know it.
The Stories games weren't as accessible for gamers until their much later PS2 releases, so not as many experienced what they had to offer. Those who did got the opportunity to see that they were so much more than just half-assed DLC. Even though they were set in identical maps as the full games, they had individual stories that cleverly tied into the originals. In Liberty City Stories, Leone, alongside the game's main character Tony Cipriani, resolve to achieve peace in their shaky situation. Prior to attending the peace negotiations, Leone and Cipriani confront the mayor, only to find the mayor abducted by Sicilian adversaries. With an epic pursuit and heavy firefight, Leone and Cipriani successfully rescue the mayor. With all threats to Leone's authority neutralized, he negotiates a truce with his uncle. The chilling ending has Leone not so discreetly disrespecting his uncle, who quietly remarks, "Every dog has his day." And as we know, Leone does have his day at the hands of Claude in GTA 3.
Sneaky little bastard. I wouldn't trust him a f***ing inch. Every dog has his day.
Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. We were debating including this entry in the ranking as we didn't include the other infamous handheld GTA, Grand Theft Auto Advanced, but this game, although less popular than your average GTA game, still included a rich and full world with a heavy story of revenge that matched the stories that had come before it. The climax of GTA Chinatown Wars, Salt in the Wound, serves as a resolution to the game's primary mystery. Hung Lee, the protagonist, attends a meeting to uncover the identity of the individual who stole/looted his father's ancestral sword. During the encounter, Hung discovers that his uncle Woo Kenny Lee murdered his father and took possession of the sword. This revelation sparks a pursuit culminating in Hung exacting revenge by killing his uncle Kenny. Sworn to avenge his father and reclaim the stolen sword, this final mission gives resolution to this tale of revenge, but leaves the player feeling somewhat empty. Crime doesn't pay is a theme that runs throughout most GTA games, but in Chinatown Wars, even though Hung is neither killed nor arrested, the player, through the protagonist, is left to lament the broken relationships and lost lives made across the game. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories.
Bandit is downtown. This place is like a fortress. But this baby, she'll tear the whole building down.
Great! When I'm done, we're done. Lance and I will owe you nothing.
The whole story of Vice City Stories is a lot more tied to its original world story than Liberty City Stories was tied to Liberty City, and it made the game that much more juicy. The game centers around Victor, a small character from the original Vice City. Towards the end of the game, he learns that the antagonistic Mendez brothers abduct Louise, the romantic interest of Victor, and his brother Lance. Yes, the same Lance who betrayed Tommy Vercetti in GTA Vice City. Victor endeavors to rescue both, but only Lance survives, setting the stage for the conclusive mission, Last Stand. Side note, the death of Louise is easily one of the saddest moments in GTA history. In a dope firefight, Victor eliminates the drug kingpins. Following their demise, Lance offers Victor 20 kilos of cocaine, but Victor refuses. Instead, he sends funds to his younger brother Pete. This decision contributes to Victor's eventual demise in GTA Vice City. Despite his efforts to lead an upright life, Victor falls victim to retaliation for Lance's recklessness.
Himself is said to be amongst the dead. Underworld sources say this was a legitimate hit on the Mendez brothers, whom they allege were two of Vice City's chief crime lords.
Grand Theft Auto 5.
Hey, Slick, it's me!
Grand Theft Auto 5 features multiple story endings. However, the third way is widely speculated to be the canonical conclusion. Faced with demands from FIB agents Steve Haynes and Dave Norton, Franklin, our first protagonist, is tasked with eliminating Trevor, the second protagonist. Simultaneously, the unscrupulous billionaire Devin Weston orders Franklin to kill Michael, the third protagonist. If Franklin rejects the directives of Weston and the FIB, he opts to save both Trevor and Michael. The trio then collaborates to tie up loose ends, eliminating various former associates and enemies, prominently Devin Weston. Despite elements of betrayal, the ending presents a more positive and comedic finale compared to the typical GTA conclusions. It's also just nice to get out with all the characters in one piece.
So now what?
Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
But right now, your Italian brothers are coming from up there to fit me with some cement shoes, and I...
Shut up, Ken! Sit down!
Now we're getting to the classics. Tommy endeavors to supply his relative Sonny Forelli with counterfeit money, only for Lance to disclose that he had warned Sonny in advance. This sparks a violent confrontation within Tommy's mansion, culminating in Tommy eliminating both Lance and Sonny. Before he dies, Sonny reveals that he is a major part of the reason Tommy spent 15 years in prison. While regretful about having to kill Lance, Tommy is left as a kingpin duo with his lawyer Ken Rosenberg. As Tommy and Ken stand as overlords of Vice City's criminal domain, Tommy remarks, "This could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship," emphasizing the game's foundational theme that betrayal is an inherent facet of the criminal enterprise in Vice City. Damn, that was a clever sentence. Am I literally a smart guy, you guys? No, I heard someone else say that.
I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful business relationship. After all, you're a conniving, backstabbing two-bit thief, and I'm a convicted psychotic killer and drug dealer.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Hey, I let Brian die, man. This one for him. For moms. And for you, bro.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas takes its protagonist through one of the most wild rides in GTA history. From highs to lows, from broken streets to satin sheets, Carl Johnson pushes through on a tale of betrayal and revenge that never stops thrilling the players. After the relatively early betrayal that sees ex-gang member and dear friend Big Smoke joining forces with the antagonist Officer Tenpenny, the game builds to the fight and murder of both of them. The narrative reaches a powerful climax, leading to an intense showdown that stands as one of the most epic moments in GTA history. CJ confronts Big Smoke amid a riot in Los Santos, adding a dramatic and impactful conclusion to the story.
Hey, Smoke, what made you flip out like that, man? Was it the drugs or what?
I got caught up in the money, the power.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Look at you in those fancy clothes, Nico. Trying to upstage the groom on his wedding day? Let's get me married.
Let's finish with the epic conclusion of Grand Theft Auto 4. Nico's cousin Roman urges him to embrace Raskalov's proposition and abandon a life of crime. However, seeking guidance, Nico turns to his friend Kate McCreary, who advises against trusting Raskalov because it doesn't align with his principles or morals. This is where the player can split, giving a pretty significant difference in endings. Opting for the deal, Nico loses Kate's respect, leading to her absence at Roman's wedding. Subsequently, Raskalov dispatches an assassin to kill Nico, resulting in Roman's tragic demise. Alternatively, choosing revenge sees Kate attending the wedding only to become the target of the mob boss Jimmy Pegorino, who supported Raskalov's deal. Both outcomes unfold as ironic tragedies. Adhering to Roman's wishes leads to his death, and honoring Kate's results in her demise. Regardless of the player's choice, GTA 4's ending remains harsh and somber, aligning with the overarching theme of Nico grappling between personal commitments and the criminal underworld's demands.
Somebody call an ambulance! Call a ambulance! She's dead! What? Oh shit. Shit.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MojoPlays and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of our latest videos.